You can also find us on several other places, which includes Podbean, YouTube, which we mentioned, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, Pandora, TuneIn, Alexa, iHeartRadio, Player FM, Listen Notes, and Stitcher. And thanks again for coming here and checking us out. And if you want to give us a couple of bucks, we would really appreciate it. You can do that by heading over to our Patreon. That's patreon.com/whydoesthisexist. And all you really got to do is choose to give us $1, and we would thank you all the time in all of our episodes. And we would be eternally grateful and your indentured servants in one way or another. If you want to give us a few more bucks, you could even choose a show for us. That's right. You could tell us what you want us to talk about, and we will talk about it within reason. And that'll be in our entire show, and we'll do it, and we'll thank you, and we'll try to answer everything that you want us to answer. And if you want to give us some extra dough, I think it's about $10, we have plenty of bonus content available for you. So you get the other two perks, excuse me. And you will also get the perk of the bonus content, which includes watch-alongs with our commentary and reactions, some excess banter. We also have some listen-alongs to some tunes from some of the artists that we have listened to on the show, including Wesley Willis and Blowfly, which we just recently had an episode on. So if you want to check that out, that would be great. And we've also got some cool watch-alongs, like some wrestling matches between Sting and Vader, as well as Heil Honey, I'm Home, a sitcom that some idiot made about Hitler in the 1990s. We have a regular episode on that, so if you want to check it out, that would be swell. And we most recently have added the pilot episode of the Clerks animated series. So if you want to hear our reactions to it and you just want to listen to our banter and our stupid mouths run themselves, you can do that by heading over to patreon.com/whydoesthisexist. Give us a couple of bucks. Be our best friend. Thank you so much, and let's get on with the goddamn show. Hey, what a smooth transition.
Yeah.
Wow, hard worker.
So I didn't know that you didn't like this show. I thought you did like it.
No, I watched it a couple of times. I just never saw what the big deal was.
Oh, because this is one of my favorite. This is actually one of my favorite shows.
That's the reaction that I always end up getting when someone mentions the show, and I tell them I wasn't crazy about it. The other side is always, what? How could you not like this show? This was amazing. It was one of my favorites, and I don't know. It just
you just okay. I was gonna say, try to plead your case. Why? What did you see? Think was bad about it?
And there was nothing bad about it. It just didn't do anything for me. I just looked at it and I was like, okay, I like pretty stupid things, but this is stupid even for my standards, and those are pretty low. So for whatever reason, it just did not do anything for me, and I will never understand why. I've watched it. If it's on, I've kept it on.
Yeah.
I've never told anybody, change the channel. But for whatever reason, I just was never into this show, and I'll never understand why. Even if I'm sure if I watched it today, I still wouldn't get it. Which perhaps we will do a watch along for this. Maybe we won't. But for some strange reason, it just didn't do anything for me, and I'm not sure why. It had all the makings of a cartoon that I would like.
Yeah.
Goofy animation style, some really weird lore to it. Well, I mean, not really lore, but the fan theories are really interesting, which maybe we'll get to, maybe we won't. I don't know what we're gonna say. But it just there was just something about it that I didn't like, and I don't know why. It just didn't do anything for me.
Maybe, I mean, being just growing up in the suburbs, maybe it's more relatable for, because you grew up in the city.
I don't know, because I have people, because most of my friends also grew up in the city, and they love this show. I, in particularly, my brother loves this show. The only reason why I ever watched it was because my brother had it on, And I mean, he was younger. He's younger than me, but
Yeah.
like he, I don't know. Other people really liked it, and for some reason I didn't, and I don't know why that is.
That's interesting. I love this show. It's one of my favorites. Like I said, I think it's hilarious. I like that it's got like it's got like a lot of callbacks to like classic cartoons. Like there's a lot of like slapstick comedy and like like that old like Looney Tunes kind of feel to it. But
Yeah,
also at the same time, it kind of brings some more modern comedy into it. Like there's like a lot of surrealist humor in it.
yeah. There's some Looney Tunes stuff in there. There's a lot of slapstick in there, which I do like. I am a fan of slapstick, and
Yeah,
it does have like a Three Stooges vibe going on. But
yeah.
which I love that stuff too. Like like I said, there's just things. It had all the makings of a show that I would like, and I
That's yeah.
don't
It's
know why I didn't. I don't know if maybe like
strange.
I don't know. Maybe for me, I didn't like it all together like that, or
Yeah,
I don't know. For some reason, something didn't click in my head, and I just didn't like it, and I don't know why.
yeah. Um, yeah. I don't know. It's weird because I've never actually. I don't think I've ever met anybody that said they didn't like Ed, Edd n Eddy.
Well,
Um, I
I'm
think
sure you
I've known
have.
people. I probably well now. Yeah. I think I've known people that have like said that maybe they just didn't watch it that much, but I don't think I've ever met someone that like expressly said that they or explicitly said that they just didn't like it. Um, so that's interesting.
Well, you're looking at the
That
first one.
yeah. I mean, obviously, it was one of the more popular Cartoon Network shows. I think. Um, it ran for 6 seasons, which for a children's cartoon series is actually pretty good.
Wow.
Um, uh, Although season 6 was just one episode, I think it was like it was the movie, maybe. Yeah, it was the
Well,
so they consider
the
the
series
television film season 6.
the series finale, according to Wikipedia, and we all know that that's accurate all the time, was apparently that was the finale of the show, and it was
Yeah,
like the first and last episode of season 6. That they just
yeah.
did it with like a TV movie, which not a bad way to go out. Like
Oh, actually, it looks like the TV movie is actually separate. So they did one episode season 6, and then they did the TV movie after that.
oh, that's weird. So then why
Yeah,
even do it?
I don't know. Um,
I guess maybe they had some episodes lined up for season 6 and it just didn't get renewed. But then that doesn't make
yeah,
any sense. Wouldn't they just do an
yeah, because they
unreleased
did the
thing?
movie after that.
I
Let's
don't
see
know.
if
That's weird.
it is very strange. Yeah, doesn't say why. I mean, I didn't really like the later seasons. After like they started like going back to school, like I didn't like them as much. I think it's like the first 2 or 3 seasons where it's like summer vacation, so they're like they're just in the cul-de-sac and that's it. I think those were more interesting. And I think they were funnier. I think because they kind of had like a hiatus for a while. Like you had like I think it was the season 1 and 2 that were like right back to back, and that was like in 1999 or whatever, 2000, and then yeah, and then there was season 3 was 2001 2002,
This show
and
started
then
in '99.
yeah,
Wow, I did not
yeah,
know that.
it was one of the original cartoons. I'm
Was
pretty
it?
sure. Yeah,
Oh wow, I didn't know that at all.
yeah, it was like on the classic lineup with like Dexter's Laboratory and Powerpuff Girls and all that.
I don't
Um,
remember that at all.
really?
No,
That
not
was
at
like the
all.
best. That was like the best time for
I
cartoons.
remember Dexter's Lab. I mean, I didn't have cable really
Oh,
until I was
okay.
like 12 or 13, but I would go to my aunt's house specifically to watch Cartoon Networks. I mean, not that like as a 10-year-old I would, get on the bus or like drive over to my aunt's house in Staten Island and then like I would just
Yeah,
say, "Hey, can I watch your TV
yeah,
for like 12 hours?" No, like whenever we went over, that's just what I would do. I would intend like I mean, and the adults didn't care because they were just gonna hang out anyway.
yeah,
So like the idiot box kept the kids nice and stupid. So like let's watch it.
yeah.
But I don't remember seeing Ed, Edd n Eddy at all. I loved Dexter's Lab, and I loved everything about it. By my old
Yeah.
neighborhood, I don't know if I ever showed it to you. I don't think we did because I don't think we ever checked out the. I don't think we checked out the local mom and pop shop.
No.
But, it was this magical little store, the Stand. I believe it's still there somehow. But about a block and a half away from it, there's like a graffiti mural thing on the side of a thing.
Yeah.
And it's of Dexter's Lab that like somebody
Oh, that's
did.
interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. But I may have a picture of it on one of my old phones. I'd have to show it to you.
That's pretty badass.